Jimmy Carter and Donald Trump. This comparison is important right now because Carter recently turned 100, which has sparked conversations about his time as president and the impact he had. Carter is known for being down to earth, his work for humanitarian causes, and the successes and struggles of his presidency. However, his legacy is debated in today's political discussions. During a recent speech in Wisconsin on October 1st,
Jimmy Carter is the happiest man because Jimmy Carter is considered a brilliant president by comparison.
Donald Trump made fun of Carter, comparing him to the current administration and saying that Carter is the happiest man because he's now seen as a brilliant president in comparison. This is interesting because it shows how divided politics is in the United States right now, with people often arguing about how past and present leaders compare their abilities and what they leave behind. Carter, a Democrat, served as the 39th president from 1977 to 1981. He championed human rights globally and brokered the Camp David Accords between Israel and Egypt. Despite economic challenges, he has continued his public service and humanitarian efforts, working extensively with Habitat for Humanity and advocating for global health. Trump's comments about Carter aim to bolster his political standing while undermining the current administration. However, Carter's positive public image and empathetic approach to governance resonate with those seeking a return to civil political discourse in today's polarized climate. Trump's remarks prompt us to consider the evolving perceptions of leadership in America. To understand the significance of Donald Trump's remarks about Jimmy Carter, we first need to delve into the life and presidency of Jimmy Carter himself. Born on October 1st, 1924 in Plains, Georgia, Carter grew up in a humble setting that shaped his values of hard work, empathy, and commitment to public service. He graduated from the United States Naval Academy in 1946, served in the Navy, and later returned to Georgia to manage his family's peanut farm. This background provided him with a grounded perspective, one that would influence his approach to governance. Carter's political career began in the 1960s when he was elected to the Georgia State Senate. He later served as the governor of Georgia from 1971 to 1975 and was elected as the 39th president of the United States in 1976. His presidency was marked by significant events, including the energy crisis and the Iran hostage crisis, which led to growing discontent with his administration. As we delve deeper into the political landscape, the comparison between Jimmy Carter and Donald Trump reveals stark contrasts in leadership styles, governance philosophies, and public perceptions. These differences provide context for understanding Trump's comments about Carter during the recent speech in Wisconsin, where he attempted to undermine Carter's legacy while elevating his standing. Public perception of Jimmy Carter has undergone a profound transformation over the decades. Initially seen as a one-term president who struggled with crises, his post-presidency humanitarian efforts and commitment to social justice have elevated his status in the eyes of many Americans. Organizations such as Habitat for Humanity and the Carter Center have made substantial contributions to improving lives globally, emphasizing education, health, and democracy. These efforts showcase Carter's belief in human dignity and the responsibility of leaders to serve their constituents, regardless of their political affiliations. Carter's humility and dedication to community service have resonated with the public, making him a model for ethical governance. On the other hand, Trump's presidency was marked by polarization and controversy, leading to heightened political discord. Trump's recent comments regarding Carter underscore the ongoing struggle between contrasting narratives in American politics. By mocking Carter as the happiest man due to being viewed as a brilliant president in comparison to Biden, Trump attempts to position himself as a more effective leader, yet this rhetoric ignores the complexities of presidential legacies and the varied ways in which leaders can impact their nation. The historical context in which each president governed plays a critical role in shaping their legacies. Carter faced challenges such as the energy crisis, high inflation, and international turmoil, which tested his leadership abilities and ultimately influenced public opinion during his time in office. Conversely, Trump governed during a period marked by significant economic growth and a robust stock market, yet he also contended with unique challenges, including widespread protests, the COVID-19 pandemic, and growing partisan divisions. Carter's Carter's administration, though fraught with difficulties, was marked by a genuine effort to foster cooperation and promote peace both domestically and internationally. His commitment to human rights, environmental stewardship, and social equity is now viewed through a lens of progressive values, making him a symbol of an era where ethical leadership was prioritized. In contrast, Trump's presidency, characterized by a focus on America first, emphasized nationalism and protectionism, drawing both staunch support and intense criticism. In examining the leadership styles and public perceptions of Carter and Trump, it becomes clear that the criteria by which we judge presidential effectiveness continue to evolve. Factors such as integrity, compassion, and a genuine commitment to public service are increasingly recognized as essential qualities in modern leadership. The contrasting legacies of Carter and Trump also raise questions about the future of American politics. As political discourse becomes more contentious and divisive, the challenge remains to foster an environment where leaders prioritize unity over division. The lessons drawn from Carter's presidency, particularly his commitment to ethical governance and public service, offer valuable insights for future leaders seeking to navigate the complexities of modern political landscapes. As we reflect on the comments made by Trump about Carter, we must consider the broader implications for our society. In a time of profound polarization, the ability to engage in constructive dialogue, appreciate diverse perspectives, and prioritize the common good is essential. Whether we look to Carter's example of service or examine the implications of Trump's divisive rhetoric, the path forward will depend on our collective commitment to uphold democratic values and engage in civil discourse. Political rhetoric in the United States has transformed dramatically over the years, with leaders often employing hyperbolic language to engage their bases. Trump's use of language, characterized by bluntness and a lack of decorum, marks a departure from the traditionally measured tones of political speeches. His characterization of Carter as the happiest man due to his perceived brilliance in comparison to other leaders serves as a prime example of how modern political discourse frequently relies on sensationalism rather than substantive debate. This shift in rhetoric not only affects how politicians communicate with each other, but also influences how the public engages with political issues. The tendency to mock or belittle opponents can create a culture where political discussions are framed as personal attacks rather than opportunities for meaningful dialogue. Trump's comments exemplify this trend as they serve to diminish Carter's legacy while simultaneously attempting to bolster his political standing. Such exchanges can contribute to an environment where political discussions become increasingly polarized, making it challenging to foster bipartisan cooperation. The role of media in amplifying and contextualizing Trump's remarks cannot be overlooked. In the age of social media and 24-hour news cycles, sound bites can easily overshadow in-depth analysis and critical thinking. Trump's comments were widely reported, shared, and dissected across various platforms, further entrenching the partisan divides in public discourse. The immediate reaction to his words often eclipses the more substantial issues at hand, such as governance, policymaking, and the implications of leadership styles. In this context, Carter's legacy as a former president is often overshadowed by the spectacle of contemporary political drama. While Carter's contributions to humanitarian efforts, diplomacy, and ethical governance are significant, they can be relegated to the background as sensational rhetoric takes center stage. This dynamic raises questions about how we, as a society, prioritize substance over spectacle in our political conversations. The implications of Trump's remarks extend beyond individual leaders. They touch on the broader culture of American politics. As the nation grapples with pressing issues such as climate change, healthcare, social justice, and economic inequality, the focus on personal attacks and disparaging comments can divert attention from the challenges that require collective action and bipartisan solutions. Moreover, the normalization of this style of political discourse can lead to disengagement among citizens who become disillusioned with the political process. When political discussions are dominated by insults and hyperbole, they can foster apathy and cynicism among voters, discouraging them from participating in democracy and undermining the very foundations of civic engagement. This culture of division also complicates efforts to address critical issues that demand collaboration across party lines. As leaders prioritize scoring political points over fostering constructive dialogue, the potential for meaningful progress diminishes. The challenge for future leaders lies in finding ways to transcend this divisive rhetoric and cultivate a political environment that emphasizes unity, compromise, and a shared commitment to the greater good. While Jimmy Carter himself may not directly respond to Trump's comments, his legacy serves as a powerful reminder of the qualities that define effective leadership. Carter's emphasis on empathy, ethical governance, and public service continues to resonate with many Americans who seek leaders willing to prioritize the needs of their constituents over partisan politics. In recent years, Carter has become a symbol of resilience and hope, particularly as he celebrates milestones such as his 100th birthday. His unwavering commitment to humanitarian causes, diplomacy, and social justice speaks to a different kind of leadership, one that seeks to uplift others rather than diminish them. As Trump's remarks demonstrate, the contrast between these two leaders highlights the broader values that shape political discourse in America. Carter's legacy encourages us to reflect on the qualities we desire in our leaders and the impact they have on our society. In a time of heightened division, the example set by Carter serves as a call to action for those who aspire to lead with integrity, compassion, and a genuine commitment to the well-being of all citizens.